Hi again, I'm Kate,
And I'm Robert.
and we are bringing back Cocktail Hour. You did it.
No.
Oh, you didn't say a word.
Yeah, Happy New Year's Eve.
Oh,
New Year's
that's
Eve.
right.
Ah, we're like
It's-
1 hour and 15 minutes away from 2018.
There we go.
My daughters do that. I don't know what that means, but it's like, yo.
We're old.
What?
So tonight, because it's traditional and it's fun, everybody loves bubbles. So tonight we're just going to talk about and open some of our favorite champagne. And tonight this is a treat because Robert is going to talk about the difference between some of the bubbles, and ultimately we're going to land on the bubble of bubbles, which is Veuve Clicquot.
Right. And do you know what
Take it away.
veuve in French means?
Please tell me.
Widow.
Oh.
She is the widow Clicquot. So some guy named Clicquot died. She got the wine of the sparkling.
Doesn't sound like a bad deal to me.
Ouch. I won't take that personally.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Sorry.
So
I'm
basically,
just looking at the bright side.
yes, basically, sparkling wine is wine that sparkles. So it is nothing more than wine that is made like a white wine or a red wine, and I'll mention that in a second, that then you go back and cause a fermentation in the bottle so that when you pop it open, it has bubbles. So you could make a white wine, take a Chardonnay, ferment it, make a Chardonnay, white wine that you could drink. Usually they're lower alcohol, so 10, 11, 12%
You
alcohol.
can drink more.
Right, you can drink more. Well, that's
Just saying.
yeah.
Carry on.
I'm down with you on that one. So what you do is you make the wine. Once the wine is made, you put it back in the bottle. Then you shoot in some more sugar, some more what's that stuff that makes it go? Yeast. Yes, you put some yeast, you put some sugar, you put some juice in there, and then you put a cap on it, and so it ferments in the bottle. So when wine ferments, what it does is it releases heat, but it also releases gas. That gas causes the pressure in the bottle. So you have it ferment in the bottle, then you clear out the junk that's left, you stick a real cork in it, and voila, you have champagne. When you pop it open, bubble, bubble, bubble. Now, you can only call it champagne if it's from the Champagne area of France. You can make the méthode champenoise, so you make it the same way as they do in France, but you're not in France. So you could have Cava in Spain, which is about an hour south of Barcelona, an area called Sant Sadurní d'Anoia. You could also make it in Napa. This is Mumm, which is some awesome stuff. There are precious few places in the Napa Valley and Sonoma that make sparkling wines. Dimension Nord, of course, is very well known. Schramsberg, very well known, and Mumm, which happens to be one of my favorites. And somebody may be a wine club member, so she gets free tastings all the time. And they have different kinds. So you have a wine that's made in a bottle, and it's a thicker bottle because there's pressure. It could go pop out. So we are going to open a Veuve Clicquot this evening because we don't have to go through the champagne. Oh, I forgot to mention Prosecco. Prosecco is made in Italy. It's a very sweet wine. Was there something you wanted to add about?
Well, I would add that there can be quite a difference in price between the selections of a Prosecco, a Cava, a Champagne, a sparkling. So it could vary between what at the low end, maybe
like $5 at Trader Joe's for a Prosecco?
$8. This would be higher, but not as high as a Champagne. This would be $35, $40, and this tops out at around $60 or so.
Mm-hmm.
I got it on sale.
Mm.
So, yeah.
And
Now go ahead.
If you're James Bond, of course, you drink a 61 Bollinger. So one thing that should be pointed out is that when champagne or sparkling wines are released, they're actually ready to be drunk. So they'll hang on to them 2, 3, 4, 5 years until they say, okay, this is good stuff, time to let it go. Usually non-vintage champagnes you don't want to save for a long time. You want to drink them, which is after the earthquake here in Napa, drink that
Drink the champagne.
champagne. I was going to use a different word, but yeah, you want to drink it. Don't save it, because when your cellar crashes, you're going to lose a lot of good bottles. So for vintage champagnes, it's different. So if the wine or the champagne company like Chandon or Moet Hennessy says, hey, this is a vintage, like the 1997 vintage, they'll say, hang on to this for 20 years because it's going to be that much better. Then it's a wine worth saving. But if it's non-vintage, like pretty much all of these are, when they finally are released, time to drink it.
Now, since we tend to eat with everything that we drink, this is a perfect time to talk about what type of food that you pair with a bubbles. And it's really a matter of taste, but traditional things are caviar, meats like a charcuterie board, cheeses, delicate cheeses. My personal favorite would be breakfast for dinner, which would be eggs with caviar, lox or salmon, a really nice crusty bread, bacon. So it really runs the gamut on your taste. Do you have any favorites to eat with bubbles?
More bubbles.
More bubbles.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
And it's not that there is ever the case of leftovers, but if you are ever faced with a leftover, don't toss it out. But the next day or that night or that day or that morning, or say it's 9 a.m., I don't know, mimosas. So all you have to do is say a third of the glass is orange juice and top it off with bubbles. Okay, half of it is orange juice and top it off with bubbles. So never toss it out.
That may actually be a topic for a whole nother episode, because my friend Eric Gordon from Punk Dog Wines, he makes a sparkling wine, mango juice. Half mango, half sparkling, killer for breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
But not days that you're going to go to work after. So these are Saturday, Sunday type gigs.
But we're self-employed, so...
So we never go to work.
So, yeah, we don't. Okay, anyway.
Right. So there's a lot of... that's maybe a topic for another show. What kind of combinations can you make other than orange juice and mango in your sparkling wine?
Right.
So...
I'm just here to advocate breakfast for dinner.
And I'm here to advocate drinking. So we're not going to open the DVX. We're not going to open the Cava. We're going to open the Veuve Clicquot. I wonder what Cristal tastes like, because Cristal's like the rapper's sparkling wine, and it's like $1,000 a bottle.
Oh, okay. I was talking about the top of the line price points. This doesn't even come close.
Oh no.
Okay. We're slumming it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're gonna put this in a brown paper bag and a straw at this point.
Okay.
So.
Well, for us, it's a treat.
Yeah. No, Veuve Clicquot is actually a very classic wine. And it's a little bit like, what are those purses you buy that you love?
Louis Vuitton?
It's the Louis Vuitton of sparkling wine.
Oh, nice. Okay. I can get behind that.
Yeah.
And I bought this at Cost Plus World Market, and I had a $10 off coupon, so I decided to treat us for the new year.
Yeah. Actually, I shouldn't say this, but I will. Their coffee, if you buy it on Wednesdays and you get like double points, I don't know how those people make any money.
If you said that on another
deal.
video.
I said it?
Yeah.
I'm shooting myself on the foot here.
No, World Market should like you at this point.
Yeah. So I actually visited, what was it? The one of the places in Reims, in France, where they make champagne. And then I also visited Cordonier in south of Barcelona.
Can you tell what these different components are, just because it's kind of interesting that each of these things has a name?
Yes. But if you ever get a chance to go to France and visit the Champagne region, go visit some of those places. If you get to go to Cordonier, south of Barcelona, in 1937, when they had their civil war, there were actually gunshots fired in the underground cave. So they have 11 kilometers of underground caves, and you can actually see the bullet shots because they like chased people in there. So it's like fascinating history.
Sweet.
So bottle under pressure, cork wants to pop out. So they put this wire cage on it to prevent the cork from popping out. On top of the cork, you have a thing called the... What is that thing called? I forgot. Medallion. It's a medallion. I collect these, so it's kind of fun to grab all of these and like put them in a jar and save them for the rest of your life. 2 ways to open a bottle. First of all, don't point this at anybody because people have lost their eyes. Another one is you can grab a sword and go, "Hwah!"
That's a completely different episode.
Yeah, because I have a samurai sword, but I still don't feel comfortable doing that.
I would do it.
You would?
Yeah.
So when you
Not
pop
tonight.
open a bottle, point it away from somebody, twist it slowly until it pops out. Did you have any comments about the glasses?
You did. The bubble factor over there.
Traditional wine or champagne glass, 1920s, 1930 movies all have
Seen in
them.
movies.
The problem is when you pour it in there, the bubbles get released very quickly. So this is cute. I think it's more of a sobriety test because if you spill it, that means you shouldn't have any more. This is the appropriate way to pour champagne because there's a less surface.
It's the surface area.
Right. So pointing away from people.
Not at my lamp.
Oh, or
Oh,
no.
that'd be fun.
Okay. So you twist it. Keep control. Yay.
Ooh.
When you pour it, you hope it doesn't do that because
No, it's
you're
the-
spill.
That wasn't that bad.
No, it
It's the
wasn't. It wasn't that
requisite
bad.
amount of
When you
spillover.
pour champagne, most importantly, noobs versus professionals, don't pour it like this. Tilt the glass so you're pouring it sideways.
Right.
Fewer bubbles, more alcohol.
Few of this. Right.
There we go.
Nice.
Pour sideways. I think we should have a separate episode just on tasting sparkling wine because it's way too much to cover in this particular show.
Definitely. So, with an hour to go,
We might be back.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. May the rose rise to meet you. May the Lord hold you in the hollow of his palm, and may the wind always be at your back. Wait, but that's not Irish. That's for Scotch.
No, that is Irish.
Oh. May the road always meet your backside. Hey.
That's French.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.